So I grew up in Cambridge, Maryland, and spent most of my childhood on the Choptank River. So the Choptank is very dear to me, and I love the history of it. It's an amazing river, one of the deepest ports. I think it was actually the deepest port in Maryland for a very long time, and that's why there was such a huge packing and fishing and canning industry in Cambridge. Now, of course, the deepest port is Baltimore, but way back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, I believe it was Cambridge. When I was little, we used to play at Great Marsh Park. We'd build forts and trees, go out with buckets and try to find little oysters or crabs in the Choptank. Pretty much unsuccessful. But one day, our feet got caught in this really murky, mucky part of the shoreline. We'd wandered out a little bit further than we usually did. And my mom came running over screaming, "Get out of there, get out of there." And we were like, "Oh my gosh, why? Turns out that there was an open sewage pipe pumping raw sewage into that section of the Choptank River. Luckily, that pipe has now been closed and they've been cleaning up that section of the river for a really long time, but that's just the kind of thing that can't continue. I mean, it's so awful to pollute the river in such a way like that. Not only rivers, but the bay just have to stop pumping awful things into it.
Why
chemicals,
do you think we
nutrients.
were like that?
I think there's a complacency about the place we live, and we take a lot of the beauty that surrounds us for granted. And I think in the last decade, started to realize how important the bay is to the whole ecosystem, to everything that surrounds us, to the tree that you see on the street in downtown Easton, to the shoreline, to the seagrasses, to crabs, oysters. They're all part of our lifestyle, and we absolutely can't take it for granted.